Mm-mm. Oh no, I'm on the wrong setup. Whoops. Well, you're getting this anyway, I think. I'm live. Live. This was supposed to be 4x3, but I fucked up and put in the wrong input. Anyway, he came from somewhere back in long ago. Sentimental photos, he tried hard to recreate what could yet to be created. What's to laugh? Hey everyone, Brian Zane here from Wrestling with Regret. I'm hearing noises all over the place. It's Tuesday morning, January 15th, and we are going to have some fun today because we are playing Wrestlemania 2000 for the N64. This was WWE's first game with THQ after WCW no longer had the license, or the other way around. And so, yeah, this was WWF's first foray after the Acclaim games, which did not age well. Plays the Undertaker. Oh, I'll play as the Undertaker. I have some thoughts about the Alexa Bliss backstage segment. We'll get to that. Now, what the devil? So it says I'm live. I hope the stream is healthy. I'm getting orange on my screen right now. Oh yeah, Glass is coming out this Friday. I don't know if you're aware. There's a movie called Glass coming out. I meant to read through these texts as they were going on. I got so distracted. Sexy showstopper. How are you gonna have Shawn Michaels in this game and then use the showstopper graphic for the Big Show? Okay, whatever. I'm picking hairs. Oh, thanks to everyone who are watching this. That classic cage match with Hardcore Holly. Great! And Kane. Mr. Sacco. I have some thoughts about all those things from Raw, and I'll briefly mention them as this stream goes on. Rattlesnake. 2 words. DTA. I love the bass licks that these games had. There's artificial bass noise. Boom, ba-dap, bap. Great stuff. But they recreate the Raw as War intro there. Balor lacks beef. That's the. I wonder if it's a shoot on his veganism. I think he's one of the vegan wrestlers, right? So yeah, maybe it's a shoot on that. When they take Doink out of the games a while ago. You thought Raw was cringe, except for like 1 or 2 things. I thought Raw was actually like a really strong show. I'm gonna try not to get into too much detail in the stream. I'll save it for who wore it better. But I did really enjoy Raw last night, especially the third hour. Third hour was like bonkers. Like there was some dumb stuff with the Alexa Bliss things, but the whole show overall had that, for the first time in a while, had that real era of unpredictability to me. Let's see. Do I have any CAW still saved up in here? That's not complete. That's one I made. I didn't do anything to since. I did not work on moves or nothing. Trying to make an own heart. Don't know why. Yes, it didn't work on him either. I'm not even gonna fuck with the CAWs. Let's just do a Road to WrestleMania. I don't know what that storyline is. Let's do something else. It's like, let's see here. Some comments. When AEW comes to Tuesday. Let's slow our roll here and wait until AEW actually has a television deal. CAWF Network with a $2 super chat saying, I rented this every weekend from Blockbuster. Man, when it came to most wrestling games, I didn't fuck with rentals. I just bought them. And then I suffered the consequences afterward in some cases. Oh, man. I don't know if I want to be Jarrett or D'Lo today. Rah. Oh, you mean Raw, Triple H. I feel... Look at where Albert looks in this game. He looks like a Muppet. Oh, man. Favorite wrestling game? Probably No Mercy, but I think this one is also a contender. And Revenge. It would be D'Lo. I'm looking at the real deal now. Who's my partner going to be? I guess Mark Henry. More getting into the biz. I got to think about what I would do for getting into the biz. I feel like I've gone through all of these like big macro topics in that series and didn't. I feel like there's a lot of other like really niche things that I don't feel it's my place to talk about. I feel that's more of someone who's more qualified to actually teach and train. My getting into the biz stuff is like, it's admittedly very basic. A lot of it's common sense, but I think I try to do a service for people because I was people who first asked me to do advice, and that's kind of where it came from. I didn't expect for it to be so well received, and so that's why it became a series. Aldo Montoya, he's not in this game, man. Come on. Yeah, the beginning of my road to WrestleMania is a three-way with Thrasher and Meat. Yeah, no, I'm of two minds about the Ronda Sasha stuff. As far as Monday went, I couldn't care less about the match. To me, it was such a non-issue. I didn't remember Ronda doing anything specifically in that match, but the promo was interesting. I think it was the most fire we saw out of Sasha Banks in what feels like months. And last time she was that emotional or that hyped about talking, I feel like haven't seen that since they were teasing the breakup with Bayley. They went nowhere. AMF asks if this is a full-time or a part-time job. Wrestling with Regret's full-time job, guys. For those of you who don't know, I've been doing this full-time since August of 2016. So yeah, it's going on 3 years in August. I've been doing this full-time. And I'm living the dream, baby. I love the women's tag titles. That was great. Oh, so apparently there's an Inferno match myth in this game that if you beat Road to WrestleMania hard with Kane twice. I never heard of that before. How I get started with doing videos? I was, well, I went to school for video production. I actually got my start in television a lot, pretty early because my dad worked in public television in Oregon for about 30 years, doing a lot of different things, but a lot of it having to do with production. And so that's kind of where I first fell in love with TV, and I would even like go to his station a lot and just like help out and kind of observe. And despite his repeated warnings, there was no money in television. I still pursued it. And so went to school for it. Oh, Jeremy Williams, the $2 super chat, saying at the Rumble, it will take a demon to slay the beast. Oh man, they should hire you. That was a really good tagline. That sounded really mean. I didn't mean to be mean, guys. But no, I got into video production in college. I went to school for it and worked in television for a few years after college. Mostly just local TV stations, producing the news and then making commercials for local biz, where I got to do more video production, especially that. And that's gave me a lot of time to fuck around at work and write scripts for this show. Because I had so much downtime, I would just write scripts all day and watch stuff for research. I forget what difficulty this is on, by the way. So yeah, that's kind of how I got started with video production. I always kind of like grew up wanting to do it. And then, yeah, I've always been involved in video production with wrestling companies too. Like I had edited for shows before, and I've done like commentary occasionally, as you saw with WC stuff. As far as like, yeah, I used to edit a show called for DOA in Portland, which is still around actually. So yay them. Oh, the running power bomb is so sick. This is on a real N64, by the way, for those of you who are curious. Yeah, so video editing and video production has always been a part of my life. So doing this show has been like, I get to use my degree and I get to exercise my passions, wrestling and video production. Except I'm such a cheap ass, I can't afford the new good gear, that 4K tip. Yo, I'm on that 4K tip. I watch my nature shows in crystal clarity. Okay, now it's your next Shammy. ShamWow Alpha. Beat meat, yeah. Hey, Mark Barlow. Oh, fuck! No! Have I considered gaming on Twitch? I did for a little bit, but I couldn't commit to a schedule, and I know you have to be, like, super committed to Twitch. If you want to like, basically when I was first doing Twitch, I kind of wanted it as an additional revenue stream was what I was thinking of, but I didn't do consistently enough, and there was not enough crossover from subscribers to followers and stuff. And yeah, I just kind of like gave up on it. I figured it's more efficient for me to keep all my content here. Hey, Dale. Hogan in '94. I kind of did almost. Like, Dungeon of Doom was, in a way, a big Hulk Hogan career retrospective in WCW. Lewis Hughes with a £1 super chat. Thank you, Lewis. You sold your N64 for $60. You should have sold it for $64. Because that makes sense. I remember, like, when this console came out, there were a few games which had, like, bonuses that were tied into the number of the console. I remember there was like a racing game, like a boat racing game, where if you had a time that ended in 0.64 seconds, then you unlocked a special N64 painted vehicle. Stuff like that. Terry Bogart with a $5 super chat asking, what am I going to do when Brian Zania runs wild on me, brother? Thank you for that super chat. I'm like not paying attention right now. I'm just trying to like focus on the chat. I probably should try to focus on winning. Sean Stasiak. Yeah, I wish he did better too. I didn't think the meat gimmick was a death sentence, but it was sure weird. Oh, Thrasher! How dare you? Get out of the ring, you. What button is the fucking throw out? I thought up C was the throw out button, or is that not implemented in this game yet? Yeah, I know. I was trying to make partner, but I applied for a partnership a couple times, but never took. So I was like, fuck it. I'm not like, you know, I'm a gamer in the sense that I enjoy playing video games, but I don't think I could do that as a full-time thing. You know, I do wrestling as a full-time thing, but gaming would be fun, but I don't know. That's if like the bottom falls out in this channel, and like my creative will has gone, or you know, WWE comes calling with copyright violations and shit. Then I would resort to gaming full-time. James Alvarez with the $4.99 super chat. Referencing my vitriol for DJ Pringle, chewing his gum during the Hall of Fame ceremony and using his dad's Hall of Fame ring to pop the question to his girlfriend. Did he ever get back to me? No. As far as I know, he's never seen it. I have no idea. I would like to know, not from like an ego standpoint, but just I'm curious to see. Thanks. Yeah, excellent. That was a great finish, a roll up. Anyway, no, I'd like to know, not from an ego standpoint, but just like I'm curious, like what wrestlers have seen me talk about them, either glowingly or shitting all over them. Sometimes both. Al Snow, Hardcore Hog beat Viscera Midian. Draws beat Matt Hardy in an hour-long match that ended in a count-out. Oh my god, that's awesome. Fuck the fans. I know Taz has. Yeah. Taz has watched for sure. Vince Russo and Cornette have, I know that. Stevie Richards and One Man Gang have told me they've watched my shows. One Man Gang took my kind of shitting all over a lot of his stuff in stride. He's a cool guy. And then Richards just told me he liked it, but I don't know. He hasn't specifically told me what videos he liked. Big Boss Man. Fuck! Farouk beat the Big Boss Man in another Iron Man match with a submission. Cage match with Austin and X-Pac, which isn't the main. Goes 16. Shamrock and Test lose to Valiant and Godfather. In a triple threat, Triple H beats Katie Undertaker. What the fuck card was this? This is like those 4-hour Raws they used to do. Cole Kazuris with a $4.99. Karuzis, I'm sorry, with a $4.99 super chat. Been a fan for a while. Keep creating great content. Thumbs up. Will AEW be the new ROH? Yeah, I think it'll be like ROH wrestlers, but with New Japan sensibility. That's kind of how I feel is going to happen with AEW. Mm. A reverse Russian legs with no one kicks out of. That's Jarrett's finisher. I would face the Blue Meanie in the opener again. Okay. On Heat. Oh, come on. Next classic pay-per-view review is going to be next Thursday, and that is NWO Sold Out 97. The NWO's one and only like exclusive NWO themed pay-per-view. What did Russo say to me? Oh, he didn't say anything at first because he saw the video, Russo will change your life, and he blocked me on Twitter. And then I apologized to him. I met him at WrestleCon in Dallas that year, and I cleared the air with him. And I told him, hey, it's just it's a parody. It's a parody based on an idea of Vince Russo. Not meant to be an endorsement of the philosophy. But, we hashed it out, and I got to interview him. He was gracious enough to let me interview him for my channel when I was there, and that was a fun one. It's best known for me stammering when Animal makes a cameo in the video I try and cover for it. Jesus Christ, me. Oh my God. We're off to a great start. Did Matt break character before and after the interview with him? I don't know. I feel bad talking about that. I mean, there were times when backstage where he definitely had it on the whole time. When he was out with the fans for the meet and greets and the match itself, he was great. And then like when he was backstage, he was more reserved. But all I could think was, God, imagine having to fucking be on like that. Like say he did WrestleCon. It's oh my God, he has to be on like that character for like at least 4 hours in a row. That's so exhausting. That'd be exhausting to do Matt Hardy's character. Michael McLean with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Michael. He asked me, what do I think of the moment of bliss last night? Then it was a mess. They had no idea what they're trying to do. I'd say it's an improvement over last week's moment of bliss. I really hated the inaugural one. This one, the Paul Heyman being out there was kind of pointless. It was just like, let's find a way. We got to get Paul Heyman out there to cut a promo. We also need to get Alexa Bliss over. Let's combine them, even though Paul Heyman has no reason to be on there. But Alexa Bliss is trying to treat it like an actual talk show with, kind of like Miz TV, where she's the facilitator. She's the conduit to an angle. So I get that. I thought it was revealing the tag titles was great. That was cool. They showed that. They're wonderful looking tag belts. Then Otis Dozovic coming out there and trembling and just shouting, "Pretty lady!" Was interesting. If you are not familiar with Otis Dozovic, even if you are, it's like that's not a good representation of who he is as a character. It's very stripped down, one-dimensional. Okay, so let's keep track. Mine was a 2-minute match with the Blue Meanie. Oh, no, I don't want to, no, skip the shit. 4:49, okay. 2-minute match. What was it? Oh, God damn it. 53 minutes and a count-out finish. That's your whole hour of Heat right there. Is Val Venus and Farouk, folks. Single match. Yeah, there are not this many matches on Heat. There's like 3 at most. Half-hour count-out match. Hour-long count-out match. Oh, my God. 20-minute cage match with Austin winning. If a show was booked like this in real life, and you all these count finishes, fans would be pissed. Yeah, it's kind of cool. The women's tag belts got their own look. If anything, I'd say it was kind of a cool like twist on the men's tag belts with the. I'm probably gonna say it fucking wrong, but it's either the Centurion belts or the just the gladiator helmets, essentially. Like, if you think about that, the ancient times, you have the men wearing the big helmets, you have the women wearing the, the olive leaf crown or the fuck. And so that was depicted there in the belt. So, that's kind of interesting. All right, 3-way match. D'Lo, Thrasher, and Scott Taylor. Stakes and weights. Yeah, but the moment of bliss that was interesting. The way it ended was the best part too. That was like high comedy or just laziness, where it's like after Dozovich is there, Bliss and Heyman just stand there going like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then the bell rings and they just go, "Oh, I guess we're done," and they just wander off out of the shot. That was amazing. Yeah, it just ended like. That was some weird shit, I tell you. Oh, blocks the DDT. Man, who is excited for this week's Thursday video? If you haven't seen on social media, I posted the thumbnail. This Thursday's video is going to be top 8 most obscure Royal Rumble entrants over the years. And so let's see here. Oh, flips out of the German. Man, Thrash doing some fucking Lucha Libre shit today. But yeah, it's top 8 most obscure Royal Rumble entrants. If you're a $5 backer on Patreon, you can see the video right now. It is up and running there, and it will be released to the masses on Thursday. Immediately after this live stream, I'm going to make live our NXT Blackpool Takeover show review. Our Felix Finch and Barrett Tribe are doing that one. Felix being the NXT correspondent here. So yeah, after this stream is done, I will make that live and public for everyone to see. Hope you enjoy that. I think this is one of their strongest reviews. And I think you'll enjoy the way I get around the whole issue of using footage with a wrestler watching a monitor. Quite. Let's see here. What wrestling promotion from the territory days do you wish could have gone nationals? The question is, like, what territory in its prime should have been a national promotion? I don't know, man. Like, you know, Mid-South. Obviously, partial to Portland, the Pacific Northwest territory. Michael McLean with another $5 super chat. Yes, the walking in on her changing things was weird because, like, what the fuck was the point? Beyond the whole issue of, oh, it's sexist or crass or whatever, and you know, you can call that you can call it what you want. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but moreover, what was the point? Is the fucking employee who walked in going to get a push? Is he going to be a recurring character? Is that his thing? Oh God! Oh no! I can't believe I just walked on in you jacking off. Where's it going to go? That's all I'm wondering. Because if you're counting, that's 2 actual incidents in a half-hour period where Alexa Bliss is like harassed, accosted by someone. Yeah, if it was like a male wrestler or something. Why did Mosh drop his name to Chaz? His career, you know, I was on the Chaz train. I was hopeful he was going to make it as a singles guy. That was the one dude I was like super disappointed that they didn't do anything with him. And then they did like the fucking wife beater abuse, or, you know, the wife beater gimmick. He was framed as being a wife beater. And then he was cleared when Thrasher was revealed to be the one behind GTV, or at least have access to it. And then they were the Headbangers again. Chaz as a singles guy was never heard from again. It was like, it was so sad because I really enjoyed the motivation for him being Chaz. Like, he was given this stupid gimmick and he walks out. I was like, man, I'm my own guy. I'm this guy, you know, I'm just Chaz. And he wore the boxer shorts. You know, it's like I think it was off to the right track. And then they didn't do it. He was not wife beater in CZW. Different wife beater, folks. Yeah, then there was the Headbangers came back for a couple bits on the new on the brand split era SmackDown. I'm like, did Road Dogg owe him some favors? Like, why the fuck do the Headbangers keep showing up here? Are the Headbangers Hall of Fame worthy? You know, eventually they're gonna run out of tag teams to fucking put over the Hall of Fame. The Headbangers will go there eventually. They had a look. They were representative of the time. They won tag belts. They were tag champs. I think Too Cool. Well, I was gonna say I think Too Cool will get inducted before the Headbangers do, but considering Too Cool, I don't know if they still have beef with Rikishi, but I know they did, which is why Rikishi faved him in his Hall of Fame speech. Is Lex Luger Hall of Fame worthy? Absolutely. If you just look at like how long he was like a top guy or a star in the territory, I would say more in the territories in WCW than in WWF. Like he had a bit of a run, but no, he's a co-winner of a Rumble. Congratulations! You and Brett are the only ones who have that distinction. But at least Brett, was a top guy and a world champion. That's not true. Lex was a world champion too. I keep forgetting. 1, 2. Ah, fuck! That was close. Let me, at least Brett is known for his wrestling ability and being a halfway decent promo. Here we go. Ah, the back rake. Devastating. I forget, too. Just like, get off me. You're looking at the real deal now. Come on. Get over here, you. When I'm done walking around this man's prone body, I'm going to get you. Hip toss. Judo throw. One. I always remember the referees talking this. 1, 2, 3. Danger at the door. Brother ain't playing games anymore. This was the first game to utilize side B, side directional pad B as a grapple move, and side A. Before it was just up and down in B, or just regular by itself. No, man. WrestleMania 2000 changed the game, literally. Inducting Benoit into the Hall of Fame would be a PR nightmare. You are right. That is the least of their worries. More calls into question their moral character. Wah! Fuck. The most overrated wrestler in the world. I don't know. That's a pretty fucking broad, vast parameters. Michael McLean with a $5 super chat says, doesn't seem like Vince really wants to change anything. Heel Vince is tired, and kicking Strowman out of the match over the limo seemed very 90s. I don't know if it would define. I don't know if I'd put a generation or an era to that. That was just like a timeless kind of WTF booking move. Ah, jeez. Ah, jeez. Thrash, you're making an embarrassment of yourself. Do I think maybe someone besides Chris was behind the double murder suicide? No. No, I don't. In order of Mean Gene, would I do a top 8 Mean Gene interview bits? Maybe. That'd be fun. I feel like half of them would be savage. And you have to have like surly ass Mean Gene calling the Natural Born Thrillers pricks. You would also have to include what else? You'd also have to include serious sad Mean Gene after Hogan got beat up by, I think, King Kong Bundy, or no, Quake. That's what it was. God bless it. This. Here we go. Jeez, this is the most epic triple threat match with like mid-carders and tag team specialistas of all time. Dead Right with a £2 super chat saying, in these eyes, you were brave and strong. Is that a reference to something? Did I say something that I missed? Ah! It's a fucking Uranagi party. Shit. Who's calling me? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Hang on. I gotta take this call. Yellow. How's it going? $11? Okay. Cool. Well, I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, folks. Well, now I know when my stream is ending. I've got a guy coming in a little bit today because he is doing some work in the backyard of my house. I don't want to divulge what it is yet, but it's part of a large project, and I'll show you all what I mean when it's all done. Yep, San Andreas ringtone all the way, man. Oh, Dead Riot £2 super chat saying Lex Express. Okay, sorry. Top 10 Genie and the Brain. They're Genie and the Brain. They're Genie and the Brain. Ah, fuck. A ring inside of a pool. Steel cage. No, it's none of these things. It's gonna be. It's like it's super boring. It's like I don't think y'all care about it as much as I do. Is all I'm saying. Catches him with the loadout again. Fuck. Fuck. That's what I call it. 1, 2. Fuck. Get out of here. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, Thrasher. Learn to sell. Get the fuck out of here. Nick Raleigh, $5 super chat. What do you think of Jay Leno's appearance in WCW? Hold that thought. Yes! Finally fucking did it. What do I think of Jay Leno's appearance in WCW? Asks Nick Raleigh. I mean, I didn't actually, I've actually never seen that match all the way through. I've seen the highlights of it, but I've never seen the actual match. So I can't tell you what I think of it. I think as far as an exposure grab kind of thing, they could have done worse, you know? What's with these hour matches? Why does the computer always pick that number or that range? Iron Man match. 60-minute count out, 10-minute three-way. They love triple threats here. 23-minute count out. Kevin Eubanks Diamond Cutter. Oh boy, so 3-0. Okay, good start. Love this theme. My classic pay-per-view reviews should be called Throwback Thursdays. I mean, maybe. Go Broadway, says Felix. All right, we open. Jesus Christ. When's D'Lo going to break out of the fucking, opening match? Bullshit. 20-second tag time. 10 count. Okay. Bingo. Bango. Ultimate Warrior's retirement match. That was the one with Orlando Jordan, right? I've never actually seen that match all the way through. Again, like I downloaded the match for B-roll purposes, but I never actually watched the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I just took specific clips for stuff. D'Lo is underrated. That is very true. I think his biggest downfall of CAWF with $2 super chat. Thank you, CAWF Network. Well, I do a video on WCW versus Battle Dome. I'm sure I will at some point. I've gotten a request for that a lot, but I don't know when I'll do it next. Man, this game really underrepresents how large Viscera was, and Mark Henry for that matter. Viscera is basically the same body as Mark Henry's, except with an ass. That's all it is. Does D'Lo still do the graps? Yeah, he still does occasionally. He was actually a producer / writer for WCWC. He still is, as far as I know, but he was handling TV stuff when I was there. So he does a lot of backstage stuff. That's, I think, one of D'Lo's greatest strengths is that he's such a good mentor, and he just, he knows the biz, and he is such a good trainer. He trains in Vegas with Sin Bodhi and Jake Roberts as part of the Snake Pit. And if you live in Vegas, or if you want to learn to wrestle, like, you want a place, if you're thinking about moving somewhere, like, I can't speak highly enough just from my personal experience with D'Lo, and I don't think you can go wrong with Jake Roberts. And I don't know about I'm not familiar with Sin Bodhi as a trainer, Kizarni, but just the fact that he is being endorsed by the other two, I think, is a statement right there. You do live stream playing World Tour, maybe. Like, I thought about putting that on the poll today. This, by the way, the reason I'm playing Wrestlemania 2000 is because it was a fan poll on Twitter. It was neck and neck with Revenge for a while, but then ultimately Wrestlemania 2000 won out. But World Tour was originally going to go on this poll, but I decided Nitro was more interesting because it was quirky and different than the usual THQ lineup. Felix with a good point, talking about Snake Pit. You get 3 different generations of talents. You've got Jake Roberts, and you've got D'Lo Brown, you got Sin Bodhi, who's more of a newer talent. The OSW review guys are slagging on D'Lo. I'm sure it's more out of love than anything. If you want a very pro D'Lo Brown podcast, then you should go to the AE podcast, Add to the Air podcast, or How to Wrestling. I've mentioned them before, and I've worked with them before, and I'm just telling you, those guys are very pro D'Lo. But anyway, D'Lo does still wrestle, to answer your question. I know he wrestled Ethan Page, LA Confidential, and he worked an APW show I worked last year. So I know he's still getting around with the graps. Just one for good measure on Viscera. Everyone in this game has a DDT. And D'Lo is one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet. That is very true. Very, very nice. He's a gentleman. And a gentleman. Ben, with any recommendations about pay-per-views you could watch? I mean, well, it depends on what you haven't watched. As far as like some of the all-time greats of like WCW, I would say, the one I just reviewed, Super Bowl 91 is a fun one if you like the 90s nostalgia. WCW, there's Starrcade 97. I'm sure there's more great ones that I'm forgetting. Anyway, ECW, Heatwave 98. There's a lot of different gems out there. Those are some of my go-tos when people ask me what pay-per-views to watch. Howie 95. Don't put that evil on him. 1, 2, 3. Flair and Vader. What Starrcade was that? I forget. You know what I like about this game? You don't get graded on like how diverse your wrestling style is. You just gotta beat the dude. Fuck telling a story. Scott Taylor versus... No. Okay. This is heat, by the way. Almost a 40-minute match ends on a count-out. 28-minute match ends on a count-out. 51-minute triple threat with a submission. 430 tag match. And for the WWF Championships, you've got Road Dogg and X-Pac challenging Matt and Jeff Hardy, and DX wins. In a count-out victory! Okay, but do they become the new champions then? How does that work? Who are the champions? Okay, Matt and Jeff kept their championships. That's good to know. Which company was better, WCW or WWE in their prime? Depends on what you consider their prime to be. I think both companies had multiple primes, so I don't know. So, they had a bad experience with D'Lo TNA. That's why they slag on D'Lo. Okay, well then maybe they are blatantly anti-D'Lo instead of lovingly. Like, you know, all they do it because they love him. Man, D'Lo's jerking the curtain again. At least it's someone different. It's a singles match. I'm sick of doing these fucking multi-mans. What's our card looking like here? What's your main event? Triple H and Mr. Ass versus Steve Austin and The Rock. The IC Championship test versus Hefe Harrett. That should be a good one. One thing I loved about the games of the THQ era was like how some wrestlers had like one facial expression and it was like just like plastered on forever. Like Brian Christopher going, "Ha! I'm always yelling!" Try to do that. That's my D'Lo head swagger. It looks better when I'm walking. Also, D'Lo's theme is fucking fire emoji, folks. I don't care what you say. That's why D'Lo is one of the best. He's a great mentor. He's a great friend. His fucking theme music slapped. Is that what the kids say these days? So, there's a lot going on that I liked about D'Lo Brown. Yes. Man, I was so mad about the WWF Attitude game for the N64. When you did like themes, when you used another wrestler's theme, sometimes like wrestlers like Brian Christopher had like a talking bit in his entrance where you go, "I'm not Jerry's kid," and he says that in the middle of his entrance, and then he goes on. But if you make a CAW and you like use Brian Christopher's theme, even though you're not making the move, he just yells out, "I'm not Jerry's kid," in the fucking theme, apropos of nothing. It's like the vocals were imprinted on the theme songs, which is weird, which means if you had like a lengthy-ass DX intro, means you probably got like the suck it bit from Triple H. Even if you weren't Triple H, that's weird. Player 1 is on Dream Street. Man, whiff that clothesline. Putting the strap on Al Snow. I'm thinking about doing a video about the history of mental illness in wrestling. I feel there's like a lot of characters just over the years who've been portrayed as like crazy as an attribute, as like that's a character trait. He's crazy, he's wacky, he goes to the loony bin. Like, off the top of my head, you've got Mankind, Al Snow, Nikki Cross today. You've got Crazy Steve, it's in his fucking name. Norman the Lunatic, Eugene. So many different examples of people who have like a mental disorder or a learning disability, and that's all there is to them for much, or it becomes that eventually. Eugene, I think, was a little more nuanced early on, and they kind of made it a little more one-dimensional as the character went on. Yeah, Laurel Van Ness is a good example. Victoria, yeah, I would say loose cannon era Brian Pillman, George Steele, exactly. Just people who are like, I wouldn't categorize Lars Sullivan as like insane. Like, it needs to be the kind of thing where they'll do like self-harm in matches, or they'll like, you know, laugh a lot, maniacally. Yep. Mickey James is the stalker, Saturn, and his mother. Yeah, God, like, you could do so much about that. Abyss. Yeah, but you're Abyss as well. There we go. See? I get in and I get out. Not these fucking 55-minute count-out matches. See? God damn it. No! It's the longest shows of all time. Meltzer would rate these matches 5 stars, though, I'm just saying. God damn it. 40-minute count out. 45 minutes. Jesus Christ, everyone's running long on their times tonight. I said I wanted a 35-minute match, damn it, not 45. Followed with a fucking 5-minute match. Double count out. Fuck the fans. This whole road to WrestleMania is fuck the fans. Excuse me for one moment, folks. I gotta get water. I did a whole loop around the house. All right. Where am I? Opening match. Meat and Scott Taylor. Fucking 22-minute match. All right, we've got a rematch with these guys. But it's Chaz, not Mosh. See, it's so fucked up. Okay. Meat Heat. It's Meat on Heat. Did they not do that? Like when he was on Heat, would they not try and do like rhyme play? Yeah. Did I pay my taxes yet? No, I'm actually waiting to hear back from my tax guy, because I go through an accountant for getting my business taxes dealt with. I don't fuck with that shit by myself. I know nothing about the tax laws. Just let a professional do it. I'll TurboTax myself. I don't mind that. Excuse me. You get over here. See here, I mentioned earlier that after this live stream, I'm going to make public Felix and Barrett's NXT TakeOver Blackpool, NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. A lot of words now we're saying here. We're adding letters and words to the show. But that's going to happen after this live stream, as I mentioned. And what else is happening? Yeah, I know it's kind of surprising to me we're getting a lot of Felix in such a short burst. Because he reviewed Homecoming, Wrestle Kingdom, and TakeOver. All these big shows happening at once. It's crazy. And so, yeah, what was I saying? I totally lost my train of thought. I was like, I'm enamored with Chaz's boxer shorts. No, my account does not have the initials IRS. But I did. I watched most of TakeOver. I skimmed through it a lot when I was finding B-roll for the review. And from what I saw, it looked great. The opening was really strong. I watched that and the main event the whole way through. And those both matches were both great. So if you see anything from TakeOver Blackpool, go watch the opener for the UK tag titles and Pete Dunne and Joe Coffey. And Volter in WWE. That's going to be interesting. I think it's a great get for WWE. Oh, come on. I mean, he's really helped put the UK scene on the map in a big way. So him being there is perfect for WWE. That's awesome. That's awesome. Is that why Strowman lost his push? Because he forgot his fucking lines? I mean, that'll do it. That's... They do not suffer fools gladly. Mm. Please let this hardcore championship match enter the count out. It's been a 46-minute match. God damn it, people. Double count. I never noticed this before. How they just troll the fucking fans. Favorite character from The Office? I didn't watch a lot of The Office, so I don't have a favorite. Did Jim Cornette sign AEW? Is that true? I don't know. Count out match. Oh my god, I'm so sick of these fucking tag matches. Just put me in a fucking title run. Make me feel validated. Has WWE killed all of... Oh yeah, one more takeover this month. It's crazy. Do I read comics? I read comics. I had a phase in like 5th, 6th grade when I was getting into comic books. My comic book of choice, the one I read a lot of, was Generation X, which was the X-Men spin-off with like Jubilee, who was the one real recognizable like name on that group, and then they had Skin, or no, Husk. Yeah, they had Skin and Husk, which are both kind of the same thing. That is weird how they had two people in that roster with very similar skin-based powers. Because Skin he had all this extra skin on him, so he could all stretch and shit. He was like Mr. Fantastic, but without the elasticity. And you had Husk, who could rip her skin off if it was like battle damaged and reveal new skin underneath, and she would be perfectly fine. That's very interesting. I'm just thinking about that right now. And then they had the White Queen and Banshee were the teachers. So that was really the most thing that I got into for comics was Generation X. And I followed a little bit of the Age of Apocalypse series when Professor Xavier and Magneto go into the future. No, go to the past. They go to the past to try and kill Apocalypse, but they fail. Professor X dies, and so now it's this alternate timeline in which Magneto pretty much takes up Professor X's cause, and everything's very, brown and gritty in this Age of Apocalypse series across all of the different groups. And like all of the groups had like different like roster lineups, just like slightly skewed, and like their names were inverted. Like Generation X was Next Generation or something. X-Force was Force X. Ultimate Warrior comic. Man, I'm kind of sad that I'm rattling off all these references to the Age of Apocalypse to fucking mid-90s Marvel comics, and like no one's fucking backing me up in the chat. Come on, people! Thought comic books were cool again. But I'd love to see Beavis and Butthead commentate a wrestling match. Where am I going? No, I would not want to see Beavis and Butthead commentate a wrestling match. Are they bringing back the Attitude Era? I feel like with the Mandy Rose segment from last week with the towel and Alexa Bliss getting caught naked in the locker room or whatever the fuck, like, I feel like that was their, like, please, can we just get one more objectification thing out of the way before we treat the women seriously, like 100%? Did I ever play the X-Men Legends game? I don't think I did. There we go. Get the fuck in the corner. Oh, the butt bump. Picture's a little dark. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that right now. The picture's a wee bit dark. It is also on the wrong output setting. I forgot to change it to my N64 GameCube setting for streaming, so it's on PlayStation 4. So that might affect why the picture looks like that, so I apologize. But I regret nothing because I think this is a good stream so far. Favorite X-Men? The fucking arcade game, man. The side-scroller 6-man. Ah! Ha! I don't know why that reminded me of that. But my favorite part of Just Another Romantic Wrestling Comedy has to be the scene at the very end of the scene when China's character is like sexually assaulting Robert John. The dude Rocco is in the car and he says head out the window going ha 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 ha. That's how the scene ends. That's my favorite part of the whole fucking movie. It's amazing. My favorite X-Man, I don't know. I think Cyclops was my favorite because I was kind of a square growing up. I don't know. I just like his power the most, like laser beam eyes, boom. And I guess Wolverine was just kind of naturally, oh, he's a badass, so you gotta like him. He's the cool guy. I felt they could have done more with Forge. I felt they could have done a lot more with Forge. Fred Ceasius with a $2 super chat. Super chat. Sorry, my voice couldn't crack there. Brian Zane signed to AEW. Oh boy, I wish. I love how everything. Someone wrote. They're testing the waters. They're trying to get more risque because AEW's been PG-14. Like, people! Like, I feel that ratings don't fucking automatically mean something's going to be better. I've seen great PG movies that are much better than shitty R-rated movies. Rating has nothing to do with it. Double count out for the European Championship. Natch. Scott Taylor beats his meat in 41 minutes. Man, he got some stamina. Before he taps out. Gambit. I kind of liked Gambit because it was kind of like mysterious aura about him in the cartoons. Morph. That was another one. Forge and Morph. God. Oh! I forget how fucking monotonous this road to WrestleMania is. Dave McCarthy. I was hoping for this to be a PG stream. Guess not. Must mean it's going to be better. I hope so. I know I'm swearing a little bit. If I'm swearing and it upsets you, I apologize. I'm feeling a little blue today. Blue in the language, not the mood. Oh, I also want to get people's thoughts on what the new schedule's been like. The every other week thing, because I will say, for me, right away my stress level has gone down tremendously. I do not feel overworked anymore, and it feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. So I am, I'm liking the new schedule. There's a part of me that, it's like I miss, it's like I'll look at my video rundown on my YouTube Creator Studio or my dashboard, and it's like, man, I don't have a whole lot of videos like ahead of me. I haven't made a whole lot of videos lately, and like I have to kind of reconcile the fact there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that for me, because the whole thing was I was getting stressed out over the amount of work. So yes, I know from like a money-making standpoint, ratings matter. Like, I get that. But I think people just assume, people are under the false assumption that, oh, if the PG ratings move to 14, then they'll get to be able to do so much more stuff because they can curse and show blood. Like, I feel you can tell good stories, you don't have to do that. Like, I think sometimes blood would make a storyline or a feud feel better, but it doesn't always need to be that way. What Marvel movie am I looking forward to? I just, literally before starting the stream, I watched the Spider-Man Far From Home sequel trailer, and I like where it's going with that. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is interesting. I know nothing about Mysterio's character, so like I don't know what to compare it to or what to judge it against. I'm very unfamiliar with that part of the Spider-Man universe. There we go. The correct answer is Black Panther 2. I'm curious about Captain Marvel. I also want to see you know, the next Avengers movie and how they come back from Thanos killing half of humanity, that sort of thing. I feel like I'm very like I don't follow the Marvel universes that much. I certainly don't follow the television universes. I watched season 1 of Daredevil and loved it, and have not been able to get back into watching season 2 or Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or Iron Fist. I didn't watch any of that shit. I had a very brief window of time where I had all this time on my hands to watch shit at work, and so I binge watched that first season of Daredevil, loved it, and then I never got back into other stuff. Fred Stecious, $2 super chat asking about start challenging fans on 2K19. Yeah, I need to respond to a lot of friend requests. What I need to do is like a sign-up system or something. That'd be much easier. And just sending out invites instead of just going, okay, send me invites. I need to be more coordinated is what I need to do. 45-minute match with fucking Jerry Lawler and Scott Taylor. Followed by a 90-second match. A 90-second match with million draws. Makes sense. I didn't watch Heroes. I'm not into the superhero genre. I don't watch fucking television other than wrestling. I lead a sad life. I don't have time for fucking recreational television watching. My wife and I do watch cooking shows. We love Bob's Burgers. And we'll watch old Golden Girls on Hulu. That's the extent. Fucking minute count out championship match. I thought I accepted your invite, Felix. Come on, don't sell me out like that. Gordon Ramsay. I love MasterChef Junior. I'm kind of on the fence about MasterChef regular, but I enjoy MasterChef Junior because he's not mean. And also, it's although it makes me feel like shit because, I can't think at all, in the level these kids do. I do know that the kids, I think, are kind of assisted off camera with certain things, and they're given lessons every day. So, maybe it's kind of worked, but I like it. It makes me hungry, too. Okay, three-way match. D'Lo, Hardcore Holly, and Chris Jericho. Just a heads up, this is going to end. The stream will end at about 11 o'clock, so about an hour left. Thank you for all the 269 of you who are watching presently. I really appreciate that. This will go up publicly soon. I know I totally spaced, and last week's live stream's not up yet. I think I might just put them out both at the same time. Okay, Star Hunter. All right. If I could menage a current wrestler, who would it be? I get that question a lot. As far as who I'd manage, in WWE, for example, I'd love to manage the Revival. I also maybe someone like Zack Ryder. I think Mojo Rawley would be a fun experiment. That'd be a fun challenge. Try and get Mojo Rawley over with a manager. It's working for Bobby Lashley. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else I'd manage presently. I feel like I could do pretty well with the more serious characters and also the less serious ones. When I do a crossover with Wrestlemania or the Hannibal channel, also Hannibal TV, Great Northern Wrestling. Yeah, but it's Hannibal's thing is more shoot interviews, and that our universes don't really blend well because mine's it's scripted, it's comedy, it's exaggeration, whereas Hannibal's more straightforward. So I don't know what we would do together unless he wanted to interview me. But who am I? I mean, I'm no Al Snow. I'm no JTG. But he's got legends too. I fuck with it. He interviewed Russo once too. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. AJ Envoy with a good point. Can they make the women more sexy, but also making them legit in the ring? It doesn't have to be one or the other. You raise an interesting point. I guess so, but then it ultimately becomes like fans will pick one or the other to like judge ladies on. I don't know. I'm gonna be on Joe Rogan. I hope so. All right. When I stand up to Vince, if I were told to piss my pants, if employed by WWE, no, I wouldn't, because I feel like it's a show. Oh, you see a little double team move there. A little rare glitch, man. Oh, Impact is proving you can do both and be taken seriously. Baby. I suppose anything's possible. See, I think, you know, I think with WWE especially, they have such a history of employing women solely for appearances, and like, well, we'll teach them to wrestle later. That I think they're kind of on probation as far as that goes, and they kind of like want to separate themselves from that. That's my take. Excuse me. Oh no! If I ran my own promotion, would I hire Joey Styles and Tony Schiavone? It's a very specific demand. I don't know. I'd hire whoever, you know, like I thought would bring the best value to my company. Spreadsheets. I don't know. Viability. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I try not to think so much about running my own company, hypothetically or otherwise. It's just like, don't even enter the mind space of that. That is something I don't even want to get involved in. Hey, that's another good point by Felix. Sexiness is subjective. Rick Rude or Bobby Roode? Probably Rick Rude. All the way. Triangle Man, Triangle Man. Who's the better wrestler, Alexa Bliss or Mandy Rose? I don't know, because if I had to pick one, I think Mandy Rose is more interesting to watch. I don't think her character is as well developed as Alexa Bliss is right now, but I mean, there's always like time for that. There's time to build to that, and it seems like they're kind of hitching their wagon to her long term, from the sound of things. So you know, we will see. You know, it's funny because I had this thought during SummerSlam watching the women's triple threat with Becky, Carmella, and Charlotte. And Carmella was busting out a lot of good stuff in that match. She was really good there. And, you know, I think part of it is, okay, well, she was being, you know, carried by, God damn it, Holly, being carried by the other two women. But, you know, I think a lot of it also has to do with a lot of the wrestlers. I bet you anything, there's a lot of wrestlers in the company who can all do so many things you never see. But they don't get to do them for one reason or another, likely because of, like, character or where they see them on the card. Like, you know, Randy Orton used to do top rope crossbody as a finisher, and he stopped doing it probably because, like, they told him, you got to, like, protect yourself and not do risky finishers. So they gave him the shitty overdrive. But I'm saying, you know, oh shit, pinfall. No, but I'm saying, like, when Carmella busts out a suicide dive, and, you know, who's to say she hasn't known how to do a suicide dive all along, but her character as, like, a shitty heel, a chicken shit heel, you know, doesn't really allow her to do a gimmick like that or do moves like that. There's probably wrestlers who can do far more than you realize, including the ones who you think suck. Russo's most awkward moment. The time I interviewed him and he asked me to fucking do my impression of him to his face. Josh Woodrum with a $2 super chat recommends EWR. I don't know if I have that game or can get it. I don't know. Ugh. Is nobody Q on this thing? I kind of just want to end this fucking match. Okay, Jesus Christ. It's a dark question. Come on. Pay attention to me. Boosh. Oh, fuck up. I love how Jericho is like so similar in this game to how he was in Revenge. I feel they didn't have to change a whole lot about him in the game. In fact, I seem to remember like early screenshots for this game having a very like Revenge style Jericho in terms of like art style. Ah. No! No! Shit, I gotta pay more attention. Ah. Thoughts on where Shane Strickland ends up? I don't know. Hope he gets signed somewhere. I think he'd be a great fit for NXT. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see him there sooner than later. Ah, fuck. Why is Bob Holly so goddamn good in this match? He's like reversed so much of my stuff. Come on. Bob Holly's got the answer for all the shit. Ah. Running power bomb. Nope. I don't know where the fuck Bob Holly gets this from. No! Jesus. Def Jam 5 for New York was the last great, you know, fighting game by THQ. Or was it AKI? I don't know. But that was a great game. And when I get around to like, I've got my PS3. I'm pretty sure it's backwards compatible. So like, I want to get Def Jam 5 for New York and get it hooked up and everything and do a stream for that. That's fun. Just gonna taunt, do some head wiggles. Because at least this time period, you could first build up your fucking special momentum doing that. You could be cheap. Ah! Fuck. Break my ankles. Story mode in Fight for New York was good too. I tried to get the most expensive like bling for my pasty white guy. Kind of like Jamie Kennedy. Get over here. Fuck. I do want to watch the Nigel documentary. That looks good. Ah, what? What did he hit me with? That was insane. Oh man. My favorite commentary team, it's gotta be JR and King. That's the one I grew up with. I mean, not grew up with, but it was my first exposure to what I thought was good commentary. So Jim Ross is my first, you know, voice to really enjoy. I don't have any of those No Mercy mods. No. The most meh match I've ever seen. seen a lot of mad matches. I've tried to try and erase a lot of them from my memory bank. Jesus, just end the fucking match already. It's no DQ. I just get a fucking weapon. It's ridiculous. Like I wrestle all these fucking 2-minute matches. That was funny. Ah! All right. Oh, this bullshit. Oh, now I can't get a fucking weapon. Oh, I don't know. Maybe from here. What the fuck, man? I want a weapon. Bob Holly got a fucking weapon. There we go. I think Ronaldo is a great voice of this generation. He's great. By God, D'Lo is snapped. He hit it like this. He hit it like that. Come on, time of shit. Ah, my God, and the bat disintegrated and turned into nothingness. Oh, fuck, stop cutting my shit. Fuck. Man. Vampiro. Vampiro. My favorite Vampiro moment is just ICP shouting his name in like one of the Bizarre albums. Before a song, Vampiro starts cutting a promo, you hear Vampiro in the background. But yeah, I love how like all these different things are like, oh, they're doing it because AEW scares them. That seems so fucking petty. Seems so fucking not true. Okay, I lost. Great. But no, like, oh, they're pushing Balor because they don't want to go to AEW. Oh, they're, showing titties because whatever, because AEW is going to be TV-14. Fuck that. Who cares? They shouldn't care, so they shouldn't be so nervous. Jack Rudy with a $1.99 super chat. Makes me realize how long Jericho's been around. Yep, he's been around a long old time. All right. Singles match. Oh, this is a nice little follow through from my first pinfall loss against Hardcore Holly. So now here's the rematch. Yes, I called it the rematch. Now, I love how Mark Henry's outfit, his attire in this game is like based off of like, I don't know, the month he wore street clothes to the ring. Like, it wasn't that long, I feel, compared to his singlet days. Or sanglé. Come on, nope. I gotta bust up the lowdown. That's my pledge in this match. I'm gonna try and bust up the lowdown as the finish. Or the Sky High. Sky High's Frog Splash. Yeah. D'Lo with a hot beginning. Hot starts for D'Lo Brown. I love how when people who like don't follow wrestling have to pronounce names that aren't like normal looking. I remember the night that the D'Lo Draws incident happened. I remember it actually being covered on the news that night. The 12 o'clock or the 11 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news on the channel at the station I watched it on. And the anchor who read the story said that Draws was wrestling a match with D'Lo Brown. And I always remember that. Oh, well, thank you, Kaito Link, for those XFL team name ideas. Thank you for all who are still watching this. We're an hour 20 into the stream. We've just been playing lots of WrestleMania 2000. I've just been doing Road to WrestleMania. And at this point, it's like getting so freaking repetitive. I'm kind of considering doing something else. Breaking up the monotony a bit. Especially before I got to go in about half an hour. See, after this match, I will take a breather from this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Another backbreaker. I break your back like so with my knee. Suplex. Open that ass. Get my heat back. Gonna hit the sky high. Boom! Oh, the rope break. How dare you? Well, I hit it. That's important to me. So now it's the low down. 1, 2, 3. Whoop his ass, yeah. It took me less than 3 minutes to do what it took you like 16. 4-minute European Championship match. Hey, oh, fucking my count out. 58-minute match. Midian versus Shawn Michaels for the European title. I love these matches. This is the best. This is the best game ever. Okay. Exunt? Yes. We are exunting. Alright, now let's do just a Royal Rumble. At the Royal Rumble, preferably. Man, these are some old championships. Can we make a new belt? Let's just call it the... Hang on. I'm just entering literally the first like sounds that enter my head. And it's the word WANGDOODLE. Don't ask me why. Man, look at these fucking 16-bit versions of the belts. I'm gonna use I guess the hardcore title. The WANGDOODLE. That's what this belt is for, folks. 30. And who will I be? I'll be Spock. Shane, D'Lo Brown, and Bradshaw. Let's double check. Yeah. This is good to me. I will make the WANGDOODLE belt. Yeah, I know it's 64-bit, but those belts were not 64-bit. Felix, those belts did not. They look sub 64. It's for the WANGDOODLE Championship. This is when they loop the X-Pac theme. You don't get the second verse. X-Pac, bottom line. Suck it. 2 tears in a bucket. Hate it or love it. I'm not the one you'll try your luck with. Don't ask me how I know these words, folks. Oh, Jesus. All right, we are here. The Ramble Rumble, as Vladimir Kozlov might have said. Shit. Oh. Boom! In the first 10 seconds, the X-Pac eliminates Bradshaw. Oh, perennial European Championship contenders here in this ring. Shane O'Mac, X-Pac, and D'Lo Brown. Hell yeah. The Royal Rumble. Taker. Ministry Taker, too, with like the Lord Zed pants. Rockin' the Lord Zed pants. We break out the song here on the live streams, folks. Yes, I do now know that the opening says, make some noise, X-Pac, doom, doom, and not... Well, I always thought for years was him going, X-Pac, X-Pac, boom, doom. But no, it's make some noise. I know now. Thank you. Do I got attitude? I get it. Out of my way, D'Lo. Nice. Do. I don't think Hank Hill's going to be in this game. I should make him, just to fuck with everyone. Make it N64 Hank Hill. It's Meat with his white trunks. But I do a podcast. I've often said I will never appear. I will never host a podcast. I mean, like, again, I don't know what this channel is going to look like, you know, years from now. So there might come a time when I might be open to doing a podcast. Of course, knowing my luck, by the time I get into doing a podcast, podcasting will now be completely passé. So we'll see what happens. Oh, God. Do I have Shut Your Mouth or Here Comes the Pain? I had them. I owned them when they were around. I used to own a PS2, but I don't no more. I'm so confused. This whole time I thought it was D'Lo Brown. I got so confused. And everyone's doing podcasts, and everyone's doing fan podcasts, and it's like there's no room for a podcast like for someone like me on a podcast. I don't know what I would bring to the table that would be like, you know, interesting. Like maybe up goes D'Lo. Damn it, D'Lo. You know, I could see doing kind of like an Unsolved Mysteries podcast for like wrestling lore, you know, and doing and like trying to do like a shitload of research on it and like see what comes of it. But that I don't know how to do that. Do dinner theater. Favorite SmackDown versus Raw game? You know, I don't really have a good memory of like which games were like and how they were different because I at this point I wasn't getting every one of those games, so it's kind of fallen out. So I don't really have a favorite that I can recall. I know people say 2012 was like the best one, but I couldn't tell you why. He's not Jerry's kid. I did like Here Comes the Pain. I loved the shit you could do like the backstage shenanigans in first-person mode. The top-down angle is really weird. Here we go. I don't even want to do Unsolved Mysteries on angles, like real-life shit. Like, real-life, why did this happen sort of thing. But, I mean, those are kind of overdone. I know Wrestlemania does kind of the conspiracy gimmick angle a lot. So maybe not try and trudge on his things. Fuck off. No, I had my chance and I blew it. I kablew it. I was trying to get my fucking shit in. I can't eliminate you right away. I'll hit you with the X Factor. And yo, you're dealing with the X Factor. What should WWE's next international location be? Man, that's a good question. I mean, if I had to guess one, I'd say like Japan or Mexico, honestly. Oh man, oh that's all the most horrific injury you could do to someone like me. Do I keep in touch with the Blamps? Adam Blampier? I haven't talked to him in a while, but I'd like to. Boosh! Out you go! Brazil! Oh, they've already started scooping the talent, you say? Oh shit, China! Oh, it was back when she had the Triple H theme. Boom! Out you go! What's Meat's finisher? Let's find out. Oh, fuck. Will Spoonie ever release another episode? I don't know. Let's see Spoonie come back. Michael Hayes. People ask me what my thoughts are. Someone asked me what my thoughts are on Poppy. I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, I saw that she's got a song on NXT. Hashtag NXT Loud. Well, looking forward to that show when it comes out. But no, I don't know who Poppy is. I haven't heard their stuff, so I don't know. But Felix with a good question with a bit of a typo. He says, if China is indicted, who will induct her? He means inducted. That's a good question. Who would induct her? I would say X-Pac. I think he'd be the one to do that. I think he's been very outspoken about it. So I could see that happening. Shit, I'm not paying attention. Should have made this a shorter rumble. I don't have enough time. Because this stream is going to end in about 20 minutes. So. Oh, shit. Man, Michael Hayes, the electric chair drop? Oh, no. He's going for the Doomsday device. Okay. Let's fucking start throwing some jabronis out. Yeah, I can imagine Spoonie's burned a lot of bridges with people, his fan base. God damn it. Get out of here, meat. I'm beating my meat! Also a beaten meat reference. You're a jabroni. Get out of my ring. Do I like Final Fantasy games? I've mostly enjoyed the ones I've played. I tried getting into Final Fantasy VII when it was available on the PS Store here. Here I say. But no, and I couldn't really get into it. And then before that, though, the first Final Fantasy game I really played was 10. And then 10-2. I tried playing 15. And again, it was something I just didn't have time for. I didn't like all that much. So, not my cup of tea. I'm X-Pac for those of you who are just joining in and not familiar with what's going on here. Will Mysterio's return, what will it amount to? I mean, if Rey Mysterio never wins another championship, I don't think that's the end of the world. But I mean, it's cool that he's back with WWE. It's cool that like he's working with all this new crop of guys. Low Blow City. He's working with these new people, and he's still having great matches. Like even in his 40s, he's still fucking tearing down the house with the Andrade Cien Almas. You know. Oh my god. Whew, excuse me. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I was just still so distraught over it. Looks Bliss thing, Sorry. Eric Poole with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Eric. He says, I love the content of your channel. Thank you. Oh, God, The Rock. Oh, that flying knee drop he's so well known for. Oh, you know, John Mel raises a good point. He asks if Felix has merch. He's got merch, folks. Go to FriscoFlame.com. You'll see all his shirts there. Use the promo code Wregret and get 10% off. And he just put out a whole new line of shirts for Pride. So it's the Frisco Flame logo or the flame, and it's got all the different like color combinations for the different non-binary things going on. I said it so eloquently. Yes, this is a charity collection. He has something for the Trevor Project, the Pride things are for, and also for the Wounded Warrior Project. Is that correct, Felix? I believe. It's test. For those who are keeping score at home. No! Fisher House, thank you. Oh shit, it's a Hardy Boy. So why did Michael Hayes come out to this music? Because he was managing the Hardys. They have the same look. Come on, test. Before you got your pleather pants. And well before you went back to trunks. Ugh. Ugh, no. No. Close on you. I think Charlotte's overrated. I think she was. Now I feel she is properly rated. I think she is wrestling at some of her best level right now. She's doing great. I think she's a little forced into the scene all the time. It's like they don't. It's like they can't. They don't want to see where the bottom can go for Charlotte in terms of stock as like where she is on the pecking order, which is disappointing. I missed a super chat. I gotta go back and get that. With a pizza slice, the 2-pound super chat, asking if I play Super Smash Brothers. I've got the original Smash Brothers here actually. That might be another stream. Like I just got like a non-wrestling stream to just play Smash Bros. I had Melee for the GameCube originally when I first owned the GameCube. I don't have it now, but I want to get it. You know, and I hear that Ultimate is fucking awesome. And if I had a Switch, I would definitely get it. Look at young, pre-broken Matt Hardy. He's like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in this game. Ho! Ho! Man, speaking of themes that fucking slap, this song is it. And I know when it's just you and I'll hold you and you won't deny it's sexual. Fucking that dude can sing, dude. That's kind of why I like Monty Brown's theme or Marcus Corvon's theme. It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Going down, 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 down. Great theme. Great theme. Oh no! I got eliminated. Fuck you. The big boss man. Nope. I have not listened to the Terry Funk album, but I want to. Oh shit! Look how fucking young and vibrant Briscoe looks. But you know what's funny? When he was a stooge, he was like as old as like Taker is now. Maybe even like a little younger. Like about the same age as Kane. It's fucking crazy how like back in the 90s it was like, oh, look at these old guys. They're so old. They were barely 50 yet. Like, Patterson was a little older, but Briscoe was still a young guy. I mean, compared to, like, when you look at the average rate of the stars they have on their fucking show now. If Wrestling YouTube could pool their money together and buy Impact, you're probably right, Felix. Oh, man. Paul Bear has never looked good in these fucking video games. Never, ever, ever looked good. What do I think about Lesnar Balor? You know, I'm actually excited for that match because we've seen in the last couple of years, you know, we've seen Brock have a great match with AJ Styles. We've seen him have a great match with Daniel Bryan. So it's like, man, the things that he could possibly do with Finn Balor are potentially really good. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks it's just going to be a fucking squash. It's going to be similar to like a fucking Strowman match or, you know, the matches with Joe, where it's like shorter and, you know, the smaller guy doesn't get as much chance to shine. But I have high hopes. I'm cautiously optimistic. Have I heard Vince McMahon's version of Sexy Boy? I am still not 100% convinced that's him singing it. It sounds like it's like, rattling voice. Ah, I'm sexy. But I don't think that Vince is that good a singer. I don't believe that's Vince singing it. That sounds like an urban legend to me. I think Finn's going to win. Nope. No, I do not. It'd be fucking bonkers if he did, but I don't think it's going to happen. Man, Paul Bear with a pimp hand. Ah, come on. If he wanted to hook you, you'd be hooked. shit, I was going over a brainbuster. Goddamn. I don't know how far we are into this ramble, but I gotta wrap this stream up a little early. I'll wrap the match up a little early at this rate. So I know what number we're at. I think we're well, we might be halfway. Oh no! Why do fat characters with huge necks? They gotta try and accentuate what people know about him. Did I watch Wrestle Kingdom 13? No, I did not. I'm sorry. We do need to. We need to find out who wins the WANGDOODLE. Man. Come on. I'll try and be. Oh no! No. Oh jeez. I just try and get just try and get eliminated very quickly. Power slam. Kane's ideal final opponent's The Undertaker. Those two are fucking intrinsically linked for all time. Oh, fuck off, Brock. Nice. You think you know me. You think you know me. Ugh. Oh, apparently you Felix sold a shirt. Jeez. My trigger finger's a little too happy. Let's try again. No! God bless it. Just eliminate me then. Remember the high flyers. Always remember the high flyers. Oh, Jesus. Christian, I was like Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's a great comment. God bless it. Just get it over with. Come on. Ugh. And I gotta pee. It's a double whammy. Come on. Okay, Christian's on it. Good, you're on it. He's on it. He's on it. Fruit, don't you fuck this up. Oh, Christian! You fucked this up for the last time! Shit. Blue Meanie. Okay. Raise your hand if you ever fucking did the Blue Meanie dance at a school dance. There we go. No. Hey, M. D'Angelo. Oh, shit. Paul Bear deflected the forearm smash with his mass. God fucking, why is Paul Bear so good? Isn't Mini ripped like hell? He says, no, he was for a year, like in ECW, but no, he's not like huge. He's just he's the Mini. Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah, I did the Blue Meanie dance. Especially when they play the song Blue. Here we go. Who's next? Oh, shit. Pat Patterson with a generous blonde hair. Pat Patterson's entering his own match. Skippy's, oh, and he's out. Yeah, flex. I don't think the Blue Mini's jacked. I'm telling you, I don't think it's true. Okay. When will John Cena retire? I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever retire. I think he'll always just keep coming back. Okay, now I'm not fucking around anymore. I'm trying to really stream through these, breeze through these things. Oh, shoot. That's a mailman. Ear rape coming up, guys. Oh, no. Moga took that pretty well, turns out. Better do. What's funny is how many of the boys admit to being Backstreet Boys fans. It's true, because they're performers. Fruit's on a fucking tear now, hell yeah. I'm a nice man. Yeah, I'm a nice man. Or argue over best boy band. Boom! I'm not fucking around anymore. Oh, is this the end? Oh, we're down to the final four. Here we go. Prince Albert, because Gunn's still there, which means he's not. He's going to hang out until someone pulls you, gets close to the end of the ring. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Is it Bradshaw? No, it's Midian. Against a proud boy of mine. All right, so this is it. This is your final three. Farouk, Prince Albert, fucking Midian. I'll let Midian handle that one. Get the fuck out of here. I got places to be. The stream is ending really soon. Boosh. Yas! I did it! I did it! Farouk is the WANGDOODLE champion! Farouk, by God, is the WANGDOODLE champion! Oh my God. Man, thank God I was like motivated to start eliminating people a lot faster. Bam! I eliminated 20 people. And now Farouk is the WANGDOODLE champion. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah, Farouk. Just call him Farouk. Farouk. What's today? January 15th. 20. How far does this go? To 49? Okay. That's when the game officially dies. It's 2049. But no, on 2019, Farouk is your first WANGDOODLE champion. Oh man, that's it, folks. That's how we're going to end the live stream, oddly enough. But it's been a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. After this live stream, going public is going to be Felix and Barrett Tribes, NXT UK Takeover Blackpool, a Partridge in a Pear Tree review. That's coming up. And then later this week, it's top 8 most obscure Royal Rumble entrants. If you're a Patreon backer of the $5 and up variety, you can get that right now on patreon.com/wrestlingwithregret. What else do I have to plug? Next week's classic pay-per-view review is sold out 97 if you're interested. And there we go. This is a really fun stream. Even though the format got fucked up because I put in the wrong setup for OBS, I still had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you all for the super chats today. This will also go up on the archives. It'll go public once it finishes rendering. So thank you all so much. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you again next Tuesday, and I might continue D'Lo Brown's Road to WrestleMania, or maybe do some other kind of matches for the WANGDOODLE Championship. Who knows? The world is my oyster. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.